there. How are you guys doing? It is ridiculously early in the morning, so I may be hanging out by myself today in a live, but that's okay. Oh, this glare drives me nuts. My desk has a little bit of glue on it. First things first, well, other than hello, and I'm glad you're here. I need to share something with you, and that is these adorable, well, I mean, you might not think they're adorable, you might think they're hideous, but I think they're pretty adorable. Um, Little hearts that I've made, and these are part of a project from Cree Rama, and it's a hashtag driven Divas Sewing Piece project. And I have been needing to post about this all month, but hey, Sala, I had all my content uploaded, planned, all that stuff, and then I've also just been incredibly busy. So this is the first I've been able to mention it. But I have a video coming out Friday, which is tomorrow, right? Right? Is that right? Yeah, I think tomorrow, yes, tomorrow is Friday. It has been a week. So I have a video coming out about the little hearts and what this is for and all the details. So there is your sneak peek, if you will. But I wanted to start with that because I just really needed to. Hello, Susan. How are y'all doing? Okay, I'm playing with scraps. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have until 6 a.m. my time, which is basically an hour and a half. I have this journal that's almost done. I only have 2 or 3 pages left in it, and it's my ideas book for YouTube. And she's full, she's thick, she's pretty much finished. When I made this journal, I made it out of artist paper, and so I could paint on it and do art journaling, but then it just kind of turned into my ideas journal, and I love it so much. I put all kinds of things in here that I want to make. I put my ideas in here. I use the pockets. I use everything. So I want another one, but I think I'll make my next one out of scraps. I know that I definitely love this construction. This construction is a regular like mailing envelope that I covered with paper like masterboard. You know, it was just all collage paper. And I love how it's sturdy. It's very sturdy. You can tell after this has been used. This journal was started in 2022. So, I mean, it has held up incredibly well to have been in use that long. And look, at one point I even glued myself a little pen flap on here, and I love this addition of having a pen flap. Carmina, how are you? Good morning. So I think I definitely want another pen flap on my next one as well. All right, so I kind of want to make myself one of those, and out of the, I have boxes of journals already made. I really don't need to make one in theory, but I'm going to. Okay, so with all of that in mind, let me get something on my desk for you to look at, while I also grab my scraps. I have this envelope here. I mean, I have been using it to hold my tea dye scraps. This is all that's in it. This is all that's left of my tea dye scraps. I pretty much use my tea dye paper, every little bit of it. Oh, that is so true. Ideas can run away while you're chasing down a pen. Absolutely. Um, And I feel like I'm always chasing a pen. Anybody else? You know? So, yeah. Let me grab some paper real quick. Um, let's see. I thought I had some master boards over here, but it doesn't look like it. All right. I don't know where my master boards are, but for those who didn't know, Rhonda Lane, hello. How are you? How is life in the outback? Is everything good on your side of the world? All right. For those who don't know it, I'm a huge Maggie Holmes fan. She just makes my heart happy with her designs and her paper. And I have this pack. I think it was the first one I ever bought. No. Gather wasn't. Carousel was the first one I ever bought. And so I tend to hoard her stuff, but I can tell this one's almost gone, and surely what's left are some of my favorites. Well, some, but not all. So I think I should make my next journal with some Maggie Holmes. I love swans. I've been really wanting to make some more swan themed stuff. Oh, this paper right here. This one. Look at that. I love this paper so much. Okay, I'm going to tear it up. I love it so much. I'm going to tear this one too. This one, oh my gosh. I love her paper. Okay, but I'm going to tear it up. And I'm going to make myself a journal cover. Instead of using an envelope, we could just use this, whatever, this cover from the paper pad. You live in the suburbs. Oh, me too. You know what? I always joke that my front yard is suburban and my backyard is country. That's really kind of how it is. So we live in the suburbs, but I just felt divinely led to our spot where we live, and it was the neighborhood wasn't finished being developed yet, and I found this spot where our house is, and I just loved it so much. And I loved the view. We're at the highest point in our town, and probably for the next couple of towns we're at the highest point. And so we have this gorgeous view, and it's just trees and forest, and it turns out that my backyard is part of a nature reserve, so people can't build there, which is so good because we're being taken over by tech here. Like Tesla has a plant here in our town now, and Samsung is building their biggest plant ever, like in my mom's town, which is next door, and I can't see any of it. All I see is trees, and I absolutely love that. Oh my gosh, what are all y'all doing awake? I mean, I know a lot of y'all aren't here in the States, but a lot of y'all are like in Australia and all around the world. So I'm so glad y'all are here though. And so many of you are stateside. So hi, Catherine. And hello, Susan. Good morning. No worries. No worries. Lou, it's too early in the morning for you. But who am I to judge? I woke up at 4 o'clock, so. And hello, Bugs. And hi, Annie. And somebody's mama. I'm somebody's mama too. Good morning. Okay, I'm making a journal real quick, y'all, out of some of my favorite papers. So let's just get to shredding my favorites, which I picked these. I mean, My goodness. I love them so much. So I'm going to use these. I might even use some of it as journal pages. Let's just get into this. I'm a little concerned, I'm not going to lie, about the slickness here. Glue does not stick well to this kind of, I'm not going to use these. Glue does not stick well to these. I'm going to put them to the side though, because I mean, I am such a fan that I could cut these little squares out and totally, you know, make cards or something with my scraps using those. So I am going to save those, but I'm not going to use those in my journal cover because I really want my journal cover to stay together. Let's get the scraps out. That's the next thing. I like to rip these things off. How is everyone? 3:33 in Boise. Boise is beautiful. I love Idaho. Oh my gosh, such a gorgeous state. I saw my first moose there out in the wild. He wasn't expecting me and I wasn't expecting him. He'd probably seen a person before. I had never seen a moose before, so I just stood there with my jaw on the ground. I never knew that they were giants, like true giants. I bet this thing was like 10 foot tall. He was huge. And some people who are lots more aware than me tell me I'm really lucky that we just said hello to each other and kept moving on. So I had no moose etiquette. I didn't know. And it's 9:33 in Australia PM. Sala, what time is it with you? It's I think it's usually around lunchtime for you, isn't it? When I go live in my mornings. I liked having a pocket with my first one, so I'm just gonna take this. We'll see. I may not end up with a pocket, but at least I'm just gonna take this and glue it down. I know I could have just licked it, but I don't like the taste of that stuff. Okay, well that pocket's gonna be wonky because I really ripped into that. Okay, well that's how I prep that. Okay, so now I kind of want to use my scraps, even though I pulled that paper. Let's just take a look, because I wouldn't mind putting that paper inside the journal. But you know what? I have to cut the paper down anyways. Let's do this. I'm figuring it out. This is all on the fly. I've got an idea. So I'm going to take my favorite papers. And let me see if I need to move my camera up a little bit, you guys. Probably. If we're making a journal, that was more like card speed. Let's get to journal speed here. All right, here we go. This is 9, right? Not even. So, well, yeah, it's 9. Okay, so I'm just gonna go a little less than 9 here. We'll do 8 3/4. Okay, because these are gonna be the thickest paper in my journal, probably. So we'll cut those down to 8 3/4. And grab a couple of more. And by doing this step first, then what I'm going to be able to do is put the paper inside of my journal and outside of my journal. Yay! That's a win, win, win. All right. A couple more. I'm just going to use up this whole paper pad. We are busting a favorite paper pad. I don't even think I have another one of these. 8 3/4. I think these are the last two sheets. The other ones are cut apart. So yeah, these are the last two. Let's do 8 3/4. Okay, so now these scraps can easily go on the cover of my book, and these pages will go on the inside. Annie and Pam, hi. Oh, I'm so glad, Catherine. Catherine, I was praying for you and your hubby yesterday, actually. Yeah, I was finally sitting down. I sat down for 30 minutes yesterday evening after everything was done, and I was addressing some of my Crafty Queen cards out, and I had one of your envelopes because you had sent me a card recently, so you're getting one of those cards, spoiler alert. And I knew that your husband had been sick, so I said a little prayer for you guys, for you, taking care of him. It's a lot of work taking care of our loved ones, I know it, and for him to feel better. So I'm so happy to hear he is better. Yay. I'm glad your honey is better. All right. Thank you for sharing that with me. That makes me happy. Okay, so this I'm just going to fold over, but I'm going to have to score it. Let me just go ahead and cut this off. Okay, I'm going to score this so it folds better. Bye, Sala. Got to run and catch a replay. No problem. Have a wonderful day, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with me. Okay, I just did 3/4 of an inch. And this is, let me just go ahead. It's not a bad idea to go ahead before you start doing a bunch of collaging on something like this, to go ahead and fold it and score it. Okay, so this is my inside front cover. I liked having that pocket there. Basically, I'm just training the paper at this point because I'm about to start putting all this other paper on top of it. Look how perfect that is. That is perfect. Okay. Because this is 12 inches. That's why it's perfect. Okay. Let's do now. You know, I want some of it torn. And I like the torn look, so I'm actually going to put the torn look on top of the swans. Okay. Let's see. Love these birds so much. Oh, hello, Jennifer. You're not late. You're fine. You're fine. We do need something separating our birds. Oh, one of my children is up already. That's too early. My son has been sick. Poor little guy. He has some weird respiratory thing going on. Yep, that's him coughing. Oh, bless his heart. Took him to the doctor yesterday. Waiting on some test results to come back in. I think this one's going to be my bottom. Yeah, if you'll hear a lot of coughing and stuff. And he may come in and ask me for medicine. We'll see. then y'all might have to talk amongst yourselves while I go get him some medicine. We'll just see. He might go straight back to bed. I hope he does. 3/4 of an inch. I'm just doing that because I do like a little fold over. It helps make the edges of the journal stronger. So that's why I am scoring that at 3/4 of an inch right there. Okay. And I can do the same thing with these. I just need to fold it into this part of the pocket of the mailer, not over both. Okay. So I can move these birds over and make those fold over. I might move this more over here. Put this over here again, have this edge covered. And then we've got our swans up here. This is my scrappy little journal. I love this paper. And I like these branding strips on the Maggie Holmes because it's just more of her patterns. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. This is working for me. Who else we got here? And what are y'all up to? I was at the doctor's Tuesday. Asked about my cough. Oh, good. Yeah, but Pam, you've been coughing for a while, haven't you? I feel like you've been coughing for 2 months. I mean, I'm very happy that your lungs are clear. That makes me feel very happy to hear that. But that's weird. Have you tried like pineapple juice and, I mean, not that juice, you know, I'm glad you go to the doctor first, but I wonder if you're open to acupuncture and if you can find a traditional acupuncturist in your area. Let me tell you why. I used to get bronchitis on the same... Hi, Mary. Oh, hi, sweetie. I wanted to send you something, but then you moved. I know you just moved next door, so then I was like, well, maybe her neighbors would deliver it to her, but I don't know. So just know I've been thinking about you. But Pam, I used to suffer from bronchitis for like 3 years in a row. I would get bronchitis the same week. So February, like 23rd, every year I would get bronchitis. Well, 1 year I thought it was going to take me down. You guys, I literally like took what I thought might be my last shower. I laid down in my robe in my floor and I had Spaceballs, the movie, playing on my little 13-inch TV using a VHS tape. And I thought, this is how I exit the world. In my robe, in my floor, watching Spaceballs. And luckily, one of my friends had been trying to get a hold of me. And I lived in a very remote... I lived on like a 300-acre farm on this at this retreat center that I worked at and took care of. And I'd had a fever that was so bad I couldn't go anywhere. And I guess I just don't have it in my mind to actually, like, I don't know, most normal people probably would have called 911, but I didn't. So anyways, my friend was like, he came out and he opened my front door. I always left my front door unlocked. And he was like, I have been trying to call you for days and you haven't responded. And I just knew something was wrong. He said, something told me I needed to stop by the store and get a bunch of medicine. So I'll never forget, he came walking into my house. He had this bag full of medicine. He found me right there on the floor watching Spaceballs. And he was like, "What are you doing? I knew you were in trouble. I just knew you were in trouble." He's like, "My girlfriend was telling me you were fine. You would have called. You know, you were probably just fine, not to worry." He said, "But I knew it. I knew it." And he came in and gave me all this medicine and kept checking on me. And well, he came back again and checked on me, and then he got all my girlfriends. You know, he was like, "We need to make sure she gets better." I didn't have any family. I lived, you know, 4 hours away from my family, so my friends were my watchers during that time. But I say all of that, well, that's because that was the last time I was willing to get bronchitis. I had gotten it for 3 years, and I was just going to lay there in my floor and drift off into oblivion. And I promised myself and my friends at that point, like, "Hey, I'm going to do something." So we have traditional acupuncturists. There's a really great acupuncture school here in the Austin area, and they practice the herbs and acupuncture with all your 7 pulses and all of that. So I went to this acupuncturist that I had seen a couple of times before, and I told her I needed her help. You know, I've been getting this bronchitis and I can't get it anymore. I didn't have it at the time, you know. Obviously, I'd taken antibiotics and things to get rid of it. But let me tell you, I went to 3 appointments. I took the dried lizard, and this Chinese medicine she used to give me looked like BBs, like little black plastic BBs. And I'd ask her what was in it just for amusement, and she'd be like, "Well, this one has dried lizard and horsetail and bird's nest, I don't know, whatever in it." And I've never had bronchitis since. Not one time. That was 20 years ago. Yeah, it's like 2003 when I was having all that bronchitis. It was early 2000s. And I have not had bronchitis one time since. So, Pam, you might see an acupuncturist. I do recommend a traditional acupuncturist. When I was in Germany, I had a friend who we stayed with, and he did acupuncture, but he didn't do traditional acupuncture. He did this one with like gadgets. And I'm not trying to minimize, because I don't honestly know like how effective. It may be just as effective, I don't know, but I do prefer traditional based on my experience, because he did his little gadget acupuncture on me and I didn't feel a difference. When you go to a traditional one, you need to clear your schedule, because you're going to sleep. You're going to sleep like you haven't slept likely in a very long time. So, from your paper crafting friend. How are you, Annie? Yeah, I've got stories, y'all. I've got stories. But anyways, not to blow you up, Pam, but I care about you. And I want you to get well. I went too far. Let me, and I really want this up here. Okay. Looks like this is going to have to go over those. No problem. Okay, guys, so I'm collaging my cover for my junk journal. I'm not giving medical advice. Ooh, we're going to have to bend this one because I didn't score it. Again, I'm just putting these pieces over the edge to reinforce the edge. I'm going to end up collaging the back of this journal as well. But yeah, so I took my son. His lungs were clear, like yours, Pam. He didn't have strep. That's good. But we're waiting on other tests to see. He's just had this cough and a slight fever. Nothing too major. Fatigue. Lots of fatigue. So we'll see. I don't know. Bless his little heart. I felt bad because yesterday I went to the store after everyone was off to school and work, and I got all these surprises to surprise them with, and then for Valentine's, and a special meal that everyone loves, which is steelhead trout and shrimp. And then at 12 o'clock, my son called from the school. He sounded terrible. He had been home with me Monday and Tuesday, but yesterday we thought he was better, and he thought he was better, so he hadn't had a fever in 2 days, so I sent him back, and by noon he was sounding horrible, so we went straight to the doctor's office. But we still got to have dinner and everything, and that's good. I made shrimp scampi with this big, awesome, yummy shrimp, and we had pesto noodles and salad and garlic bread, and then my husband made red snapper. It was delicious. It was so good. Oh, thanks, Lou. We're gonna do it again. Now we gotta do the inside. So back to all these little half scraps that I tore apart, and we'll do it again. I love this horse paper. I don't have any more of it, so I'm definitely keeping that branding strip. And that branding strip is going to be right on my, I'm not worried about that hole right there, because that's going to be right on the fold of my journal. You'll never see it. I don't even have to worry about, like, oh, well, you know, covering it up or anything. It'll just be fine. So, what else? What else can we talk about? What do y'all want to talk about? What do you want to know? Bye, Catherine. Take care of hubby and yourself. Make sure to take care of yourself while you're taking care of others. I'm so glad you got to hang out with me, and I'm so glad he's better. Sorry, I just like tell all y'all's business. Oh my gosh. Oh, my daughter's in 5th grade, and after I went to the store, I also dropped some things off for her party, and I dropped off this little adorable Squishmallow. It's this really super soft stuffed animals that are real popular right now. Anyways, I left one there for her at the school to surprise her. I found the cutest dog one, and I just wrote to Carmen on it, and I didn't put who it was from. And she came home yesterday, and she was like, was that Squishmallow from you? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, I was so afraid it was a secret admirer. And I was like, oh, she was like, oh, I was thinking it might be a secret admirer. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. It was just me. And she's like, no, I am so relieved. It's just you. And then she told me about the boys buying things for girls and, you know, secret admirers, and boys that had had crushes on girls and the girls didn't know it, and all these things. I was like, you're in 5th grade. What are you talking about? Oh, I often talk to her about how, I don't know, how young people don't need to rush it to mimic adult relationships. I'm trying to keep my little girl young, y'all. In a world that rushes them into adulthood, I'm trying to keep her young. So I always tell her, like, don't feel like you have to mimic, you know, or do what adults are doing or what other kids are doing. It's not necessary. But she told me when I was tucking her in last night, I really am glad it was you, Mom. I really didn't want it to be a secret admirer. Okay, good. I don't want that either. I'm not ready for that. I know it's probably all innocent in 5th grade, but this world moves so fast. I don't know. Okay, we're almost there. We almost have a cover to a journal, y'all. Way to go. Okay. I am so excited. I'm getting a new journal. Like I said, I mean, I have boxes of journals. I could have picked any one of them, but I wanted to make one. Honestly, I just love this other one that I've used up so much. Oh my gosh, it's already 5? Where's the time gone? Where does the time go? Hey, I got a question for y'all. So I'm in perimenopause. I know, don't be jealous. And I get anxiety now. This is all probably TMI. Sorry, welcome to my channel. Before my cycle starts, have any of y'all experienced that? And what do? I don't really want to take a medication for it because I know what's causing it. It's hormone drop or hormone imbalance or hormone spike, some kind of hormonal problem, basically. So I don't really want to take medication, like an anxiety medication. And I just tell myself, like, hey, we know what the cause of this is, which helps. And I do breathing exercises and stuff, but it's just so uncomfortable. So have you experienced it? And if so, what did you do? Did you have anything successful? I would love to know. So this is my 2 scraps left over from all those pages that we cut up. And this is probably a hot mess to some, but this is exactly what I wanted my cover to look like. Okay. So yay, I'm happy. Here's the inside. It's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. It's mine. That's the inside of the pocket, but I love it. Of course, I might put some fabric or paper here. Let me show y'all what the journal I'm casing again. T, how are you, hon? Okay, so on this one, I bound it, I stitched it together, and then I put layers over it. I'm not going to do that, obviously, this time, but I might put something on that edge. Okay, let me get my lemon water. Oh, your niece is in 5th grade, Annie? Yeah. I have a yesterday when I was dropping off stuff for the party, I saw another mom and her daughters she has twins. They've been in my daughter's class since kindergarten, or they've gone to school together since kindergarten. She's like, "You're not staying for the party?" And I was like, "No, not this time." And I head out happily, like skipping out to my car, like, "Oh, I'm not staying." And I was telling my hubby last night, I was like, "Yeah, I can't hang with those 5th graders." Or in 4th grade, I would go to the parties, and about 20 minutes in, 30 minutes, I'm like, "Carmen, do you want to go home early from school today? Are you ready to go?" Like, it's just the noise. Like, I work from home, and I just not used to that level of noise making. The bigger they are, the louder they are, but they're still little kids. You know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness. So that, you guys, when we first folded that envelope, that's why I did it, because once you start adding all these layers of paper, it can be hard to fold them. I did just use my scoring tool to help, but it is important, if you're going to make a journal like this, to fold it that first time before you put any paper on it, believe me, because it can get really hard to score these, because I'm using like this thicker cardstock and layer upon layer of it. So there we go. Now we have a journal cover. Let's get some journal pages going on. I have some different things. Let's see. So I want to use all of these, obviously. And then let me see what else I got going on. I don't know. I have this kit. This is from Dreams, etc. But I have other plans for it. And I did not print any full sheets. Except for that one. I do have that one. So we could put her in there. Okay, so we'll put that in there. Let's see what else I got. I'm going to grab some paper. Some of this paper, tea dye. And then let me grab some watercolor paper. Okay, so this is a watercolor paper, y'all, that my friend Desiree put me onto. It comes in this big box. Well, I ordered a lot of it. I ordered 250 sheets. It's 9 by 12, and it comes in this 90 pound. It's called You Create watercolor paper. I wish she was here because she could drop a link to it, but it's just amazing. I really do love it. And I want some watercolor paper in this journal because, I might want to watercolor. I'm going to get my watercolors back into rotation. I have not been using them and I miss them. I used to watercolor at least 3 days a week. And I haven't watercolored in so long. So let's see. So Pam says, I helped out with some I helped out with a couple of holiday parties when my daughter was in elementary school. Some of the kids in fifth grade and then again in sixth were so disrespectful. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know. My kids talk about it all the time. Like, my kids are kind of appalled by a lot of the behavior of other children because I don't know, I try to raise them right. I don't mean to sound all preachy, but like, you know, I, my husband and I have raised them to show respect and to be kind and thoughtful and considerate. And um, that is not how a lot of children their age act. And it drives my kids crazy. Being around children who aren't acting right, it's kind of funny. And it's sad that there's so many. My mother was a city manager and secretary for her career for like 35 years. That's what she did. And in her retirement, since my dad has passed, she has been a substitute teacher. And she talks about it all the time. Like, uh, it's sad. Okay, so I have got all this scrumptious paper. Let's make a journal. Let's see, I've got 5 sheets. That's plenty. 3 sheets of this. We've got 1 Dreams, etc. That lovely lady. So that's 4 and 5. That's 9. Okay, 17. Woo, that's maxing it out. I don't even know if I'll be able to fit all of that in there, to be honest. So I'm going to take this one out. I love it, but I'm going to take that one out. Okay, so that now we're down to 16. Let's see. I'm not taking out any more of those. Those are going in. Let's just see. I'm afraid it's a little chunky, but we'll see. I am going, now normally if I was making a junk journal, like normally this is 12, I wouldn't cut this down. I would just fold it over and make a pocket. So let's do a couple of those, but not too many because I don't want too many in my journal. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little short page here, and that'll be where I sew this page in, and then I just need to make sure that this stays the right size. So now this will be a pocket, okay, and then I'm just making sure like this is when it's folded 5 1/4 so that it'll easily fit in here. Okay, so let's do a couple more of those. Oh, go make you some coffee, T. No problem. I'll be here playing with paper until 6 o'clock. I got 45 more minutes. I'm going to make a journal, y'all. I'm going to have a new journal today. And, that is so exciting. Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited. It's so funny. All the things y'all see me make all the time. And when I sit down to finally make myself a journal, I'm like giddy, like a little girl. And it's like I could have done this at any point. I'm silly. I'm just silly. All right. Y'all see what I'm doing, right? I should feel like I should explain it because I don't see a lot of people doing this. So now I'm wanting just 1 pocket. So I folded that in. I'm going to fold these pages to be even. And I'm using my board just to make sure that they'll fit in my journal. So far I've taken 3 sheets of paper and folded all 3 of them differently. They're already trimmed to the height of my journal. Okay, and so this one has a pocket on each side. This one just has, it's going to have this one pocket, and then this one's going to have a pocket going a different way. Okay, so now I've got 3 pockets. Because I'm putting a lot of paper in this journal, I don't think I'm going to make any more pockets. I'm going to trim off these last 4 pages. If I need more pockets, I'll add them, but I don't want to add too many flips and flaps, and because these journals get thick anyways, because I add things to them. So I'm going to trim this down to 11. I'm just going to take an inch off and fold these in half. I love that these are single-sided for this particular journal because I write a ton in these journals. So I'm gonna be very happy to have white space in these journals. I don't want to cut this one's head off or that one. So, and this back one doesn't matter. It's sheet paper. So I'm going to turn this way and just lose this one little bird. That's better. Okay. Yeah. It's like, did I even measure that? Yes, I did. Okay. And I am going to fold these all the same way. Of course, you could fold some like this, but I don't want to. I'm going to fold all of them like this. Okay. All right, last one, and we are about to have our journal put together. Off with his head. Pam, did you get any chocolate yesterday, my dear? I am too irresponsible. Pam, you're going to love this. I'm too irresponsible with my consumption of chocolate now. So I'm not allowing myself more than a single serving. I like to buy more than a single serving at a time. Oh my gosh. Because if I have 6 Reese's Easter eggs, I will eat more than I'm supposed to. I have lost my discipline. I don't know where it went. It ran away. So now I just buy 1 single serving of Reese's. My favorite are the Reese's eggs, though. You get so much more peanut butter. And for a while, I was making healthy ones at home. Well, healthy, I mean, I don't know. That's a relative term. But I was making homemade ones. But I haven't been doing that in a while. She's so pretty. Okay. My watercolor paper. This journal, y'all. She's thick. I don't know. She is thick. I'm going to score this one. I can tell this paper's like, I'm watercolor paper. Why are you trying to turn me into a journal page? But scoring it, that's the trick. Okay. Alrighty. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I could fit all this in here really, but we'll try. We'll try. She'll round out and be fine. I mean, look at this one. This is why I'm making another journal like this. Look how much she's holding, and she rounded out just fine. So, it'll be okay. It might look a little awkward at first, but over time, these covers wear beautifully. Okay, so let's put this together. We've got 3 of these. I like to separate. I really want more of those in here. Okay, now I want a pocket kind of at the start. that's not gonna work. This one would work. So this might be our front page because, well, this yellow one, we could do yellow. Let's do yellow. I feel like I have to sneeze. I'm sorry in advance. I'm gonna try not to. Oh, I kind of want her. Yeah, I want her right there. Okay. Let's see. Pie chart. That could be dangerous. You know, I made brownies not that long ago, and I did freeze them. That's always a good trick, you know. But then I just decided, then I figured out, oh, I like frozen brownies too. So that didn't really slow me down too much. Oh my goodness. The struggle is real. Okay, so I think it's about time for another pocket because I think the last 2 pages, yeah, I've used are pocketless. So let's throw a pocket in the mix right here. Oh, I love this journal so much. I know, it's like, how can you get so excited? You do this all the time, but I'm so excited. Okay, we're gonna put the, oh, I think this actually might be my center page. So let me grab a different one. Okay. Oh, this is working out nicely. Okay. This page here, we are doing it, y'all. This is a lot of paper for one signature. It's because it's all real thick paper too, except for my tea dye. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so perfect. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let's get it sewn together. I already know I like it. I usually flip through it, but I already know I like it. Okay, I need more clips. Hold on just a second. I don't know why I only have 2 clips on my desk. But it's okay. Because here are the other ones. Okay. Ooh, let's pick a pretty thread. Okay, let's see. Really like this pink one. Let's see, what else we got? I think I have, let's see. Ooh, I like this. Sorry for the sound. Just rip the Band-Aid off. There we go. I think that one will be really pretty on this journal. All right, y'all. If you're intimidated by the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, my biggest tip is to make sure your pages are really pushed and tucked into that spine and clip it everywhere you can clip it. I can already tell that I need to clip it again. I'm just gonna like put pressure on, release my clip, and reclip it. I think the biggest frustration is when you're working with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch and you've already made all your holes and you can't get things to line up, and I really feel like that has to do with not clipping it enough and making sure it's really tucked in to that spine. Okay, so this is my front. Let's see here. I feel like this doesn't have what I want in it. I need to move everything back over here. Yep, doesn't have what I want in it. I tried putting my favorite binding tools on this other side. I knew that was a mistake because they get, this little box gets covered by scraps and stuff. But here it is. I put it in this little thing. Some more pretty colors. If y'all didn't know, this is my favorite all, not this. Look at the difference. This one's got like a graduated thickness to it, and it's more of a blunt, and this is a little bit sharper, and it's thinner. It makes smaller holes. This is my favorite all. If you see one of these, they're generally pretty cheap, and these bookbinding kits that you can get on Amazon, it's my favorite. I've been using the same one for, I don't know, since 2017 to make junk journals, and I just love it so much. I don't measure. I just eyeball where to put my holes. Okay. Whoopsie. Well, it's done now. I was going to have this turned the other way, but it's fine. Because I didn't measure, I don't know if I can flip it. I mean, in theory I can, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. 3 lengths of, I used a waxed thread, waxed linen thread. It's definitely waxed. Look at that. It was like standing up all by itself. So 3 lengths of your book's height is how much thread you need. More generous if you like a bigger bow. Go through the center. And then one thing I do sometimes is clip that there so I don't have to hold it. Come back through this other way. Oh boy. And if you get to a point, it's hard, sometimes it can be hard to pull that needle through. I have a pair of pliers that has like a grippy grip on it. It has some tooth to it, but it's flat. These are so good at pulling your needle through for you, so you don't have to break a sweat, or if you just have dexterity issues, then it makes it a lot easier. Wow, I was very generous in the 3 lengths. Okay, this is the point where you don't want to split your thread. So notice how I have this pulled up at the top and clipped there. That is so good. So now when I come in with my needle, I'm going to go that way. And that's how I avoid splitting my thread at this juncture. So I'm going to come through this hole, and I'm going to push my needle more, not, you know, not in a dramatic way, but more towards the bottom of the book, since my other thread is pulled at the top of my book. And I need these again. There we go. And that worked. How do you know if it worked? If you can tighten your string, it worked. See, if your thread's been split, if your needle has gone through the thread you had there before, your book will not tighten, but this is tightening. So I like mine in a bow, but you don't have to. You can just double knot it and clip it short, but I like a bow. Bam. And I did do a little extra, but whatever. It's fine. I have a new journal. Amy, hi. Don't mind me. I'm just being excited. Aw, Elizabeth would be happy I picked green, but see how perfect that green is? It matches this flower and this. The green is perfect. She would be so happy. And I got yellow. Okay, let's look at it. Now, obviously, I have to train this little thing because she's been just made, pumped full of paper. All right, let me put all of my, I have all of these because I taught that in-person class and we all needed an awl. So that's why I have so many of those. You don't need those. You just need this one. Which is why I separated them in the first place, but it's okay. All right, they fit. Just put it back in there. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at it, shall we? This is my ideas journal for my YouTube channel. I needed another one. I have a separate ideas, sorry, I have to clean up a little bit. I had a separate ideas journal, or I do have one for actual like junk journal ideas. So like, oh, make a flap like this. Oh, make a ephemera like that. That's a different one. This one is for like, I want to make a video about nothing. I want to make a video about mask making. This is that kind of journals. This is for those kinds of ideas of things I want to share with you guys and things I want to make and goals and things like that. It will train over time, but she's brand new. I'll break her in. Oh, we didn't put on a pen loop. I do want to add a pen loop. Okay. So this is my cover as of right now, but I have a feeling something will go right there. So that's my cover. I made this with a mailing envelope and left it like that. So now I have this great big pocket in the front. This is kind of bugging me, to be honest, but it'll be fine because maybe I'll cover that. Like this is just the beginning. So I do want this to be a pocket. So let me go ahead and start making some pockets. I had folded it to be a pocket. And now I'm gonna make it an actual pocket. You guys, I'm starting to get like these aged liver spots or sunspots on my hands. And the other day, this paper reminded me of it. The other day I was like, so I guess I'm gonna turn into a giraffe in my older age. Oh gosh. You know, just gotta embrace certain things. I just love that that piece of paper is in here. Look at all this writing space. Oh my gosh, I'll be able to write down so many ideas, and I can paint in here if I want to. Oh, I love this so much. Oh, thanks, Rhonda. I'm very excited. You know, I had been hoarding that paper because it's my favorite. Some of my favorite. So this is a great use. I can keep looking at it. Okay. I still love, I would buy another paper pad, another Gather, another Carousel in a heartbeat if they were out there and available. I most certainly would. I know Maggie's been, though, making a lot of kind of blast from the past kind of paper pads, it seems like. Like she knows that we all are going to forever be in love with those early paper pads, and so I feel like she's trying to give us repeats, but yeah. See, when I first got this paper pad, I was still brand new. I got this paper pad probably 4 years ago, maybe longer, probably 4 years ago. No, it was longer. It was probably 5 years ago. And I saw that like aged tape. Well, now I make aged tape all the time. But back then I didn't know how to do that. I just thought that was so cool. All right, I love all the white space. Again, this is a writing, mainly a writing journal, an ideas journal. So I'm not going to try to alter that, cover that, or worry about it whatsoever. I've got a ton of writing space in here and inspirational paper. So you know what? It's done. I just need to add a pen loop on the back because I did find that to be incredibly helpful. Thanks, Rhonda. Pam. Pam says, when I was young, I wish I could turn into a big freckle so I could look tan. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I have freckles. They probably do just make me look tan. I have so many freckles. I used to think I had a lot of freckles, but this girl I grew up with, her name was Bean. Yes, her real name was Bean. Bean. Anyways, she took the prize on freckles. She was a redhead in every sense of the word. Okay, let me grab some elastic. Let's see. Well, that's not, where is my elastic? It's not where it's supposed to be, you guys. My pen loop's gonna have to wait. And I have a huge spool of it, and it's not where it goes. I don't know where it is. Well, my elastic pen loop will have to wait until another time. See this one here? I just glued a little piece of elastic on with Fabri-Tac, and it held beautifully. I mean, this thing is not going anywhere. Like, I'm pulling with all of my might, and all I'm gonna do is stretch this piece because this is like so on there. I'll have to do that later, but at least you know I use like Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix and put that on there. Should we do anything else to it? I like it to be, I don't want to put too much like texture on it because I keep this at hand. Obviously, I keep pulling out the one I'm replacing. So I don't want to put too much on it. I don't necessarily need a closure, but I do want to train the pages to stay, and the journal to stay closed for a minute. So I'll just leave these clips on it for now, but we made a journal. Yay. How exciting. I'm excited. Grab those scraps, grab those favorite paper pads you've been hoarding. I know you have them. We all have one. We all have one we've been hoarding. Should we put a date on it? Let's put a date on it. I have a date stamp. It's a messy one. I'm not going to recommend it, okay? Let's see. It always gets me inked up so much. Ooh, at least I don't have to change the numbers too much. Today's the 15th, and this is 2024. Oh boy. This is where it gets dangerous. And think we did it. I think I didn't get ink on me. That was like the first time. Let me stamp it and make sure I got the right date. Yeah, that's today. Okay, cool. Cha-ching. Now we know when this started. Yay. Well, while we sit here and hang out, Pam, get some sleep. I'm so glad you were here. I know you only like lives, but you're welcome here anytime. Jump in. The water's fine. Get some rest, my dear. Get rid of that cough. You got me worried. Okay. Because I still have, if y'all don't mind, 22 minutes to craft. I have my playground journal, and we can do a journal with me. You know, like actually use a journal, not just make it. So this one is for quotes from you guys, and I'm so far behind, but let's just do it. If y'all want to send me, if, you know, I could put quotes in from our live too. Or I can pull them up from my iPhone. Okay. So this is from my paper playground workshop. Look at this charm. We had told people to bring ATCs, and they did. And then also charm exchange. One of the girls brought charms to exchange instead of ATCs. Isn't that sweet? This is a little kit, just of my own papers and stuff that I associate with the paper playground, because I want to use dolls, because what I'm doing is recording y'all's comments that y'all leave on my videos, and since that's what I'm doing, then this journal is going to have a ton of paper dolls in it to represent all of you guys. So I need to grab a couple of dolls. I have some that I can make too, but we're going to use these pre-made honeys. And then when y'all send me Happy Mail, like this is from my friend Mary, I want to put this in there too. Just whatever, you know, just whatever. My old book pages. I have my ATCs in here from the event, the in-person class. Sorry if this paper sound is, or plastic sound is driving you nuts. I'm sorry. I'll stop. But yeah, I've just got some different things. So we can add some quotes. I love her on that page, so we will definitely use her. I don't know where all my other paper dolls went. I have a whole bunch. This is also, in case y'all, because I know somebody always wants to know, and I get it, I respect it. This is from J. Lee Lou Designs on Etsy, is where these paper dolls are from. J. Lee Lou Design. Okay? So that's where you can find the paper dolls. I kept that so I could always tell you guys, because they really are fabulous. You know who else is fabulous that I love is this dude right here. Oh, yes. I love that guy. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so I had to grab my phone so I could pull up some comments. I'm trying to keep up with comments, y'all, but I mean, it's a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So the first quote I put in here is, "Oh girl, I love your heart and soul. There's no staying in your lane, because I was talking about how y'all probably wish I'd stay in my lane with paper crafting. We live in a free country and we can drive anywhere. That was from my friend Cheryl. Let's see. Let's use one from my friend Gigi. Aw, I love that, T. I should put that in there too. I wish this guy would fit on this page with the flower behind him. That'd be cute. And then I can put, maybe I can tuck the quote in. Yeah, we can make him fit. Let's just do it. Don't second guess it. So let's just do it. I would definitely say that, okay, well, I use junk journals in lots of ways. Like y'all just saw me for the last, I don't know how long I've been on, while, making a journal that I'm going to use to write in and write my ideas and draw pictures and stuff that are just based on like sketches and concepts. So that's one way that I use a junk journal. But here's another, like when I'm actually journaling, I use them for memory keeping. You know, I actually keep a junk journal for my family to keep our memories in and to record things and put pictures of my kids in it and stuff. So instead of a scrapbook, you know, I use a junk journal for that. And then like art journaling, like, you know, scribbling on pages and doing stuff like that. This looks like, I wonder if, I think this must be, no. Okay. This is from Lauren. She came to our class. Look at this card. Ah, so beautiful. So our class was in December. See, and here's like some of the artist trading cards, the little things. I think this is from Emily. Nope, that's Jen. Okay. So I've got little goodies already tucked in here from my crafty friends. I was thinking I can also put Happy Mail in here. But yeah, it's going to fill up pretty quickly. There we go. Let's put that there. Let's just move all this out. Okay, I didn't make a bunch of ephemera for this journal because of how I was going to use it. Okay, so we've got this guy down, and he is actually a pocket, that cart he's pulling. And then I want to put her over here. And I'm going to put T's comment about her grandma's magazines. Hello. Welcome. I see you. ERRN. Wow. Oh, man. Thank you for everything you do. We need beautiful people in those places of when, you know, people are needing others the most. So thank you. Thank you. My family, my mom is one of 11, and I think 3 of her sisters ended up being in the nursing field. And I just love it. Love it. Love your nurses. I had to take my sister-in-law to the ER, what was that, 2 weeks ago? On Friday, it'll be 2 weeks. We had the best nurse, y'all. We loved her. I wanted to like hang out with her afterwards. She was amazing. She was so good. Okay, so this is my T, and T is Tracy at Not Afraid of Color, by the way. And let's just use this strip. I mean, it already has today's date, which is perfect. Could put that up there. And then I like to write on these little strips. So let me show y'all how I do this when I'm art journaling. I'll just take what she said here real quick and grab a pen. When my spending freeze, my no-buy is over, I think I'm going to get some new pens. I think my microns are finally running out after all of these years. I think I need a new set of microns. All right. Oh, thank you. The early part of this video, I made a journal, by the way. I used up one of my favorite paper pads, and I had just a few pieces left, and I made my cover and my journal out of it. So if you want to see a start to finish junk journal, when you have time, you might go back and watch the beginning of this video. OT, I just read your comment about a redhead named Bean. I feel like that was just cruel of her parents. Yeah. I don't ever remember meeting her dad. But her mom was a sweetheart. She was just a hard-working mom. Sorry, I know the shadows are pretty harsh here. Whoops. And so what I'm going to do is just write it out. I do try to put a little space between my words because I don't know where I'm going to cut it yet. Whoa, it's hard. You got to hold this paper down. Make so I could have the paper dolls. So I could blah, blah, have the... That's so sweet, T. Okay, and then I'm going to put on another strip. Sorry, I'm trying to find a strip. Ooh, let's use this one. I'll know who that is. Okay, so now I'm going to take this quote that I'm putting in my paper playground. I'm going to come back over here. I've got a date, which is lovely. Okay, and then I'm going to try to make all this fit. So I'm going to trim off a little bit from the front, and I'm going to put I couldn't. Yeah, that'll fit. I couldn't wait for... I'm going to try to put wait for my... I'm going to try to make all that fit here because I can go over her hair. It's okay. Wait for my grandmother to get her magazine. So I could have the paper dolls. We made it work. Can y'all see that? Okay. And that's from my friend Tracy. Thanks, Tracy. And I love that you shared that. That's so sweet. I love my grandmother. She passed, let's see, my dad passed 6 years ago. My mom, yeah, she basically passed 6 years ago. Well, no, 5.5 years ago. Yeah, my dad passed, and then my grandma in the same year. And my grandmother is where I get my crafty gene, but also my dad. My dad was an artist too. Most definitely. My dad encouraged me as an artist, like painting and drawing and um, designing clothes. Like my dad was amazing at upholstery and sewing and stuff. So he would let me design dresses. Like I would sketch it, what I wanted it to look like, and then he would make it happen. And then tell me, don't tell anyone I did it, because he was a tough guy. Um, don't tell him I made it. Tell him your mom made it. I don't know if my mom's ever used a sewing machine, but she crochets. She's crafty too. Very crafty. And my grandmother, though, like made handmade lace and quilts and crochet. She did it all. She got into jewelry making late in life. And I was into jewelry making, so I would send her beads and stuff. And I always wish she was here with me junk journaling, because she would have loved this hobby. Oh my gosh, she would be everyone's favorite grandma and such a good junk journaler. I always wish I had this hobby back then to share with her. Guess it just wasn't meant to be. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to trim that up a little bit. It's amazing how perfectly that little scrap matches this dress. Okay. Put it right there. All right. See, I love journaling this way in my junk journals. Now, I can put another quote in his cart. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love junk journal, y'all. Like, junk journal. It is so freeing. It is so fun. Tracy says, I was mad my mom named me Tracy. I hated being called Dick Tracy, popular when I was a kid. It's okay, T. My name's Toby, and I got teased so hard for it. People would, tease me and say, that's a boy's name. And that's what the kids would say. And I'd be like, I hit like a boy. Just come over here and try me. That was. And then, but my nicknames were Toby One. So instead of Obi-Wan Kenobi, it was Toby One Kenobi. Because Star Wars was popular when I was a kid. But I didn't really mind it because I loved Star Wars. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. Call me Toby One. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take one from Gigi online. So it's from 7 days ago. Like I said, I struggle to keep up, but I do read every comment. And the reason I struggle to keep up is because I really try to respond in the most genuine way. I really, want y'all to have a genuine response from me. But I do probably get, I get like 20,000 YouTube views a month. And then I don't get 20,000 comments, obviously. But just statistically, you can imagine if I get 20,000 views, how many comments I might get. So it's just a lot for me to keep up with, but I try. I do try. And I read everything, and I try to respond when I can leave a response. Okay, let's see. I want some more. These Project Life cards are just perfect. Let's see. But I don't really love this one for the cart. I don't love any of these for the cart. So let me see here. I have a box of Project Life cards. I think all these are from that same collection, which has a lot of food. I want some flowers. Oh, there's one. What's the back of it? Notes. Perfect. Do y'all have project life cards sitting around that you don't use? I try to use mine. I really do. I think they're really helpful. Like, I mean, this would be adorable on a card if you're a card maker. It's great for journaling. So now I'm going to write down Gigi's quote or comment. It's a long one though. I might not be able to fit it all on here. I think I'm going to have to take a quote from her comment. So I love that you share parts of your life journey as you create. By the way, this journal, I'm not trying to like build myself up and look through here and be like, oh, they love me. This journal this is my paper playground journal, and the intention behind this journal, hi, Linda. I'm sorry. I'm just over here going, talk, talk, talk. So the purpose behind this journal, it's called my paper playground journal, is to remind me to be playful. This journal is to encourage my wild child of creativity, and it's to help me when I doubt myself and when I feel like an imposter, or you know, when I just don't feel like I'm enough, or I'm undeserving, because I have those feelings. They surface regularly. And so this journal is to help me by hearing y'all's voice. So that's why I'm creating this journal. And you've taken the time to leave me comments. And so, you know, it may take me forever to get to everyone, but this is another way that I can show you I really appreciate your engagement and your encouragement. I cannot believe it's already 6 a.m. I tell you what, that cuckoo clock keeps me accountable, y'all. I love it. Okay, I love that you share parts of your life. Sorry, y'all might want to see me write this, but probably not. Of your life's journey as you create. And this is an important one for me, because sometimes I'm like, they probably just wish I'd shut up and talk about the art, and I just do whatever. She says at times it evokes tears along with laughter too, and I love that. I mean, I don't want to make y'all cry, but I love that we can connect. That's what I love about this, is the connection. Okay, at times it evokes tears along with laughter. Thank you, Gigi. She goes on to say, but I won't be able to fit it on this little card. Gigi. My Gigi. That I do love collaging. So individually interpretive. Love the cards. For a smile, you could have incorporated some faux, slow, lightning fast stitching for the sewing prompt, LOL. So this is from, I don't even know what video, but I do know what video. This has got to be from one of my videos with my Margaret Miller Collage Weekly prompts. And thank you, Gigi. And thank you all of you guys who leave me comments and engage with me here on my channel. This journal is dedicated to all of you guys, and I just love you guys so much. Good night, Rhonda. It's late. You go get your rest. I'm done. 6 o'clock is my cutoff time. I'm so glad I got to spend my morning with you guys. Now I'm really glad I woke up at 4 a.m. because I got to make a journal. I got to get a couple more entries into my paper playground. We're neighbors. We're just virtual neighbors, y'all. I had to keep this book cover, but then I also wanted to add this fabulous fabric. Ugh, I love this journal so much, and I've got tons of space here. Gave myself a big fat spine so that I could put lots of y'all's comments in here. Okay, so we made a couple of journaling pages, and I made a whole journal that I've already lost. There it is. It's been sitting over there in training. So let's just flip through here real quick, and then I gotta go. I gotta go make lunches and breakfast and go to work and do all the adulting. It's time to be domestic, y'all. Thank you, T. Yeah, I'm glad he just went back to bed. So here's the journal we made. She's not done. She's just getting started. But I love her. I love her already. I'm so excited. I'm just looking for something. Pink willow paper. Some amazing paper. Pocket. Pink willow paper is on Etsy. I don't have any examples. I just kept it over here. Every time I get like a business card or something, I put it off over to the side in case I recommend the shop so that I can pull it out and show you guys another pocket. All this writing space. There's really not a ton of decoration or anything. This probably isn't your typical junk journal. This is more of a writing journal, but it's made out of the last few pages of a paper pad and watercolor paper and tea dye paper. And I cannot wait to have enough ideas to fill up this book. The last one, took me 2 years to fill it up, but I did. And that's it. That's what we did today. Isn't it fun? I had a wonderful time hanging out with you guys. Linda Gorman, hello, sweetie. I'm heading out. I have to go take care of those kiddos. I need to administer medicine and make breakfast and lunch and brush hair and go to work. But I love you guys so much. I hope y'all have a really awesome day. And tomorrow I'll have those scrappy little hearts out, and I'll tell y'all how you can let me get those back out. I can tell you how you guys can participate in this if you're interested, but it's about leaving, it's called Diva. If y'all look it up before tomorrow, that's fine. It's hashtag Diva Sewing Peace Project. And my friend Cree Rama is running this. I've mentioned her many times here on my channel, but she asked me to participate in this, and I was over the moon excited about it. So this video is coming out tomorrow, and then I will be live on Call Me Crafty Owl's channel on Saturday. She and I and Yvette are making a sheet load live on Call Me Crafty Owl's channel. I'll put it in my community tab for you guys, but I would love to see y'all again on Saturday if you're available. All right, bye everyone. Love you guys.